Thank you for coming to Compass Starlight. I'm going to do a weekend reading so we can check in and see what kind of energies we can expect for the weekend. Well, that one flipped out. Actually, we got two cards here. Starkeeper. These cards, this is the Starseed Oracle deck. Starkeeper and Water Your Garden. It was abrupt, it was very quick, but I did shuffle prior to recording, so just know it was not planned. This deck in my hands is the Mantegna Tarot. This is an archetype deck. Hey buddy, what are you doing, little kitty? Actually, coffee mug in front of my microphone. So hopefully you all had a good week. I'm wondering if you have any plans for the weekend, anything exciting. It's spring here in the northern hemisphere, which is awesome. One step closer to summer. Flowers are poking their way through the ground and beginning to bloom. Buds on the trees. There are definitely some places that I've seen that have their cherry trees blossoming. The West Coast. I have some friends in the Portland, Oregon area. Portland always seemed to get an earlier spring than where I live currently. This next card we got from the archetype deck is Terpsichore. I haven't seen that one in quite a while. And then this deck in my hands is the Lightseers Tarot. I think in a video last week I called it something else. Last time I used it, I misspoke. This is the Lightseers Tarot. But if you watch a lot of videos, you might have seen other tarot readers use this deck. It seems to be pretty popular right now. The Knight of Pentacles. Is that everything? That is everything. Knight of Pentacles. So that's some nice progress, slow progress, leaving a trail of wealth. I'm excited to do this card because I haven't had that one in quite a while, and there is a full moon sphere there and the water and the earth, a nice balance. So these are the cards that we have today for today's reading, our weekend reading that I'm doing on Friday. So these two are from the Starseed Oracle, and I will read those. The first one is Starkeeper. Cosmic Ancestor, seed the light by staying grounded. You're an ancient keeper of the stars, here to anchor and seed your light in your unique way. You've likely been incarnating on Earth for some time, dedicated to an era of awakening and bringing about a long-awaited shift in the planet's evolution. We're at a tipping point now. The survival of Earth and all its species is coming to a head. The more grounded you remain during this transitional period, the more helpful you'll be. The more you tend to the flames of your own heart, the more love you'll anchor into this planet. The wisdom of the stars is imprinted in your soul. The more soul fragments you call home, the more this wisdom is seated here. You may be called to be in different places in the world to anchor this light, perhaps by taking a trip or living in a certain location. You may also find yourself experiencing awakening symptoms. The more grounded you remain, the more stable Earth's energy will become, and the less reactive humanity will be. You're here for a double mission, to grow as an individual and as a part of a larger collective that's bringing about a shift in frequency. Trust that you can be in the world but not of it, and lead a truly glorious life. The starseed activation says, I acknowledge that I'm a star keeper. I choose to anchor my light and stay as grounded as possible. This message here is very much about staying grounded and staying balanced. And the second card here, Water Your Garden, from this starseed oracle, this one says nourishment, body care, tenderness, rest. Earth is a seasonal planet, and as such, you're a seasonal being, cyclic. You can't be on and in full bloom month after month, day after day after day. You're strongly being called to put on the brakes, rest, and refuel, to take a moment to restock and replenish, and slow right on down. Your body is the only body you're given, and it needs to be respected as such. You're being called to take responsibility for your well-being and to put your health and body first. I know it can feel like that time is running out, and as if there are urgent things that simply can't wait. However, if you keep pushing on, soon fatigue will set in. This way of living isn't sustainable. If anyone continues to race through life, eventually they will reach exhaustion, and it will take longer to recover than it would have done to rest. Immune system disorders and mystery illnesses are becoming more common because we're putting too much pressure on our bodies to keep up with the instantaneous pace of modern life. How are you being called to put on the brakes, to rest, restore, and rejuvenate? When was the last time you took a holiday or had a full weekend, day, or afternoon off? Look after your precious body and mind. Give yourself enough time to recover when you find yourself running on your reserves. There is enough time. Life will bend toward you when you do. The Starseed Soul Inquiry asks, what is your body yearning for? Now, we're being asked to take some time and be reflective and to stay grounded. And here we are also being asked to be grounded and to be reflective. Now, Terpsichore, card number 13, this is a card, an archetype for nimbleness. The message with the card is dance with everyone to understand them better. So Terpsichore is actually here on the land with the water. There is a lot of balance there, and also this mandolin or whatever this musical instrument is. It's a way of taking energy from the air and harmonizing it. So Terpsichore is very much a card of balance. This protagonist is able to harness the emotional energy of the water as well as stay grounded in the earthly plane, the material world. And then here we have this full moon energy, which we have, I believe it is Sunday on the 25th. We'll be having a full moon with the eclipse. It might be the 28th, but I think it might be the 25th. I'm not sure. It's coming up regardless. So we will be feeling some kind of energy. Pay attention to how you're feeling, but stay grounded. There's very much a message in this reading to stay grounded. Take whatever rest you need. Now also, the Knight of Pentacles is a card about having trust, and it's a card about consistency. It's also, there's a consistency that having been analytical and taking into consideration different data, you have the wisdom from time after the analysis. And when you are presented with new opportunities, new people, new situations, if you encounter new situations over the weekend or new people, you're being asked to sort of dance with them a little bit, get to know them a little bit before you make any brash judgments or decisions, because they may have something to offer you that you wouldn't see just on the surface. You need to take a deeper look, but that can require some time and analysis. The Knight of Pentacles is a character who has done the analysis And as such, he is able to move forward in wise investments because he has the experience. So you're being asked to stay grounded and to tend to your own needs. So altogether, you can take some time and consider the elements of what is being presented to you, whether it is a new person or a new situation, a new environment. You're being asked to take the time and replenish yourself as you consider the person or the situation. What do you need to learn from it in order to make a discerned, wise choice about how to move forward? Are these new situations or new people vibing with your own frequency? Is spending energy toward those entities a wise investment for you? The Knight of Pentacles has the experience. So, for example, the Pentacles cards are very much earth-based. They're pragmatic. And if you would consider someone who had a small garden, a vegetable garden, and one year they plant seeds and have this plant here, that plant there, and this here, that there. And then they have a little diagram of their garden and the light conditions for all parts of that garden, how the plants are getting watered, and then also how well the plants are yielding fruit or vegetables in this case by the end of the season. And then the following year, sort of turning things around, planting different seeds in different areas, again, doing the pH balance of the soil, considering the light, etc., etc. How do the vegetables yield their fruit, so to speak? And then year after year, so the Knight of Pentacles is a character who would have taken this data, who would have analyzed this data, and from the years of experience and the analysis is then able to move forward with a plan suggesting that this is the right path, this is the right way to take the next step and plant my garden this year, because I know what to expect based on the details and data that I have analyzed over the years. This is what works best. And you can trust in the Knight of Pentacles because he has that analytical mind. He's dependable and he has that stability. He's the one that does that kind of research and is analytical to figure out what works best, what serves him best moving forward, what are the best steps to take in regards to the opportunities presented. And he knows the best steps for himself because he has the wisdom of experience. He's done the work. He's taken the time to be considerate and be aware of how all of the data and all of the elements play together and integrate. So you're being asked to stay grounded and to take care of yourself and give yourself the time to analyze what works and what doesn't work so that you can take your best step forward. Hopefully you have some time over the weekend. A lot of people work Monday through Friday and then expect to have an opportunity on the weekend to sleep in or to go for a nice walk or go for a nice excursion or to engage with friends or events. And hopefully you have an opportunity to give yourself that kind of excitement and relief, change of pace, something to nourish yourself. And also if you don't work Monday through Friday, you may be an entrepreneur, you may be invested in your own business, and that is a lot of hard work, and it can be quite draining on your energy, and you still have to recuperate. It can be draining because it's your baby, it's your own project. You want to see it be successful, and you can be willing to put in whatever it is for your energy to see it grow and blossom. Nonetheless, there are times you have to take to rest a little bit and give yourself a chance to process all the data that you have at your disposal. So I feel like there was something else about the Knight of Pentacles. He has the stability, he has the trust, he knows the next steps forward because he's done the work and the research. I know what I was going to say. You're also being asked to stay grounded and be considerate in situations, like I said, with people, meeting new people, or people that you've known for a long time, and different environments. So this reading here is also asking you to reflect on situations. I'm going to give you an example. If you have a friend that you've known for a really long time, or even a family member, and you have found that more recently, or even just over the course of time, it's a challenging relationship, and you keep trying to keep the relationship on good terms, keep the relationship afloat, and now you're beginning to wonder, is it worth it? Is it worth giving this person another chance? And what has history shown you? This is the Knight of Pentacles does show us the patterns. As I said with the example of the garden, you can see from the patterns, whether they are your own patterns or the patterns of the other individual or situation. You have the data through your experience to say, it's not really worth me investing my time in this friendship or in this, even in this family member, because they consistently, this card is very much about consistency. They consistently show me that they're not willing to change. They're not willing to budge. They're going to show me, anger or contempt or whatever. And it's not in alignment with your frequency, at least not any longer. Maybe it's something you have outgrown. Or conversely, they've consistently shown you that they have grown, and then based on that pattern of consistency, that it's someone that you can trust. So we are talking about consistency. We are talking about patterns. And what are the healthy patterns? Do you know what kind of patterns are healthy for you? Do you know what kind of patterns are healthy patterns with which to engage? You're being asked to have this sort of pragmatic and analytical mind and be considerate of the data, and that may take some time. It can also be exhausting. So you're being asked to stay grounded over the weekend and take the time to be considerate of the data. Be analytical and take some time for yourself so that you can continue to stay grounded in that energy. I'm going to see if I can quickly draw a little card from the Visconti Tarot, and we'll just get a little, I keep saying because it is a little deck. Confirmation card for this reading. Just something to give us a little bit of an overview. Sorry, that's probably pretty loud to the microphone. I apologize. But I love this little deck. I just had it stored away for years, just collecting energy. I got 2 cards that just flipped. It's really hard to shuffle this deck. I had two cards flip. What do we get? Oh no, maybe I had 3. I think this one wanted to pop out the other day. We have the King of Wands. We have the 4 of Cups. Interesting. And we have the King of Cups. All right, let's see here. Let me just double check that I read that right. Yes, the King of Wands, the 4 of Cups, and the King of Cups. Interesting. The 4 of Wands. Now, the King of Cups, to me, is very much in alignment with Terpsichore. The King of Cups is very much grounded. The cup suit is related to or pertains to emotions. The cups represent emotions. They are vessels that hold that fluid emotion. And the King of Cups is very much grounded with his emotion. He knows how to maintain them and not be susceptible to moodiness. He's very much in control. He also is not afraid of emotional waves. He is able to keep himself composed. And I see that in the Terpsichore card here, number 13, as that ability to stay grounded and stable in the material world while also embracing the waters of emotion. Now, the King of Wands is ambition and action. It's a very, also a very stable king. This is entrepreneurial energy, that ambition, that fire. It's somebody who's a leader and follows their creative vision. It's associated with fire signs. It's a card of vitality and passion. This reading is asking you to take the time to be considerate and not rush into things. You do want to take the time to be analytical. And the King of Wands is, the king is a little bit less likely to rush in as much as the Knight of Wands, for example. But this is that ambitious, fiery energy, like let's go for it. But you're being asked to balance that, to temper that energy. Don't let your emotions get the best of you and that gung-ho, let's go for it feeling. Nor do you want to reject the idea that is being presented to you, the opportunity that is being presented to you. So the Four of Cups traditionally is an individual sitting underneath a tree, 3 cups before them, and a 4th cup being handed to them by source, by God, whomever. And it's sort of a feeling of discontent and dissatisfaction, like rejection of that 4th cup. This, if you encounter a new opportunity or there's a new person that enters your life this weekend, don't turn them down just because they're new and you don't know them. Don't turn the situation down because it's something that's unfamiliar to you. Try being a little bit more considerate. Engage, dance with the person, dance with the idea, engage with it, get to know it a little bit better. Let's say it's an event, you have an invitation to go with someone to something, and the thing is an idea, a subject about which you know very little. Open up a little bit, expose yourself to it. Maybe it's something that you'll find is in alignment with you. You're being asked to stay grounded and be considerate and slowly evaluate. Take the time to evaluate. Don't just rush off and make decisions. Yes, I want that. No, I don't want that. Feel into it a little bit more. So do pursue your passion, but temper it with grounded emotion. That is the message for the weekend. I hope that you enjoyed the message. I hope that you resonate with the message, and like the video, or please leave a comment. Or both. It would be great. Thank you so much for coming to Compass Starlight. I hope that you have a great weekend.